Hello YouTubers and LEGO fans, this is Dalek Shram aka Mark, and welcome to my review on the LEGO Bionicle Toa Meta figures. Now these were the very first Bionicle figures to come out, and this was back in 2001. When I saw the adverts for them, I just fell in love with Bionicle straight away because I just love those adventure type stories where you have different elements and you have to collect certain objects where they have different power sources. It's just brilliant. So what I'll do, I'll review each figure one at a time, and I'll start with Tahu, the Toa of Fire. For those of you who have Tahu as seen in Bionicle Stars, this is the original Tahu figure. Obviously when he and all the other Toa came out, they had new parts that LEGO has never made before. And the idea is, the way you build them is so that they have a rotating mechanism that turns the arm which has their tool. And this is Tahu's tool, a fire sword. The arm is also ball jointed, so it can articulate like this. And the same with the left arm and his hand, which can also click into different positions. And he has similar articulation for the legs and the feet. You may also notice that the legs are the same design mould as his arm. Now all the Toa have different masks and they are removable. Tahu's mask is the Konoe Hull, the Great Mask of Shielding, which allows him to generate a force field to protect him from enemy attacks. Next we have Kopaka, the Toa of Ice. Again, he has a rotating mechanism for his arm, which has a sword. His left arm is a different design to Tahu's arm, and instead of a hand he has a shield, so that kind of makes him a knight in shining armour. Apparently it's said that if Kopaka wanted to get down from a mountain, he would use his shield as a sledge, so he could slide down the mountain. Again, he has a removable mask, and it is called the Konoe Akaku, the Great Mask of Vision. This gives him X-ray vision and a telescopic vision. That's what the extra lenses are for. Now here we have the Toa of Water and the only female Toa, Gali. Now this Toa has tools on both arms, and the tools are these hooks, which she uses for swimming and for climbing mountains, and therefore the rotating mechanism is designed to rotate both arms. Now unlike the masks that the others wear, Gali's mask is transparent, which is really nice actually, and it's called Konoe Kaukau, the Great Mask of Water Breathing. Now, if worn by another Toa, it will allow them to breathe underwater, but for Gali, it allows her to breathe water because she needs water to live. Now here we have the Toa of Air. Sometimes people call him Lewa, sometimes Lewa or Lewa. I call him Lewa. Now he's only got the one tool, so the rotating gear is for his right arm again. This time he has an axe, which is used for cutting down trees and vines. His left arm can also turn, and he has a Kopaka style arm but a Tahu style hand, only with different fingers. But it means now that with a Kopaka style arm, it allows Lewa to position his hand in places that Tahu couldn't position his. The mask that Lewa wears is Konoe Maru, the Great Mask of Levitation, which allows him to glide or float in the air. It also means that if Lewa fell from a cliff, the mask will give him a safe landing. Next up is Pohatu, the Toa of Stone. Now, one of the first things you notice about this Toa is that the main body is upside down. And the main reason is that the rotation gear is needed to operate his foot, which he uses to kick and smash boulders and rocks. This comes with Pohatu, this small boulder, which is basically two separate pieces of Lego which you can easily remove. Pohatu's arm and hands are the same as Lewa's, but because of the way they're positioned, they have very little articulation for frontal movement. Pohatu wears the Great Mask of Speed, Konoe Kakama, which basically allows him to run at great speeds, possibly the speed of sound, and who knows, maybe the speed of light. And our last Toa is Onua, the Toa of Earth. Now, like Gali, he has tools on both arms. It's these claws which he uses for digging, so therefore the turning mechanism works for both his arms. Now, most of the Toa's heads are supported at the top, but for Onua, his head is supported by the front of the main body, which means his head is lower down than the others. Now, Onua wears the Mask of Strength, Konoe Pakari, which basically increases his physical strength. Now, the best thing is that when you collect all 6 Toa, you can combine 3 of them together to form Great Toa Kaita. When Lewa, Kopaka and Gali join together, you get Warua, Spirit of Wisdom. And when Tahu, Pohatu and Onua join, you have Akami, Spirit of Valor. The last thing to show you is the canister in which the Toa come in. So this is Pohatu's canister. An interesting thing is, there's a separate plastic sheet that covers the whole canister, and if you turn the canister and keep the sheet still, you can actually see the Toa's arrival and a little bit on how to build it. And you can also see the other Toa and also their CAN codes where you would enter it on the website. And the canister comes with a poster of the Toa you've bought, and sometimes it comes with a mini CD which tells you a little bit about the Toa and the island Matanui. But mind you, it is very rare to come across one of these canisters with a CD, so not all of them have a CD in, just bear that in mind, okay? Interesting thing is about the canister is that the lid can be removed. It's meant to represent a device called a soother, which can be used to recharge or teleport the Toa. And because of the way it's designed, you can slot the Toa's heads onto the soother and make a very nice display. And there you have it, the original Toa. For rating this, I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, but these are really cool. These are the original Bionicle Toa. I mean, why not give them 10? The reason I'm giving them 9 is because there's no articulation in their heads. Now, I know this sounds weird, but in my point of view, when you're doing a stop motion animation with the Toa, if they have to face a certain direction, you've got to turn their whole body. You can't turn the head. It's a little bit of a downside, really, but apart from that, the Toa are really good, really cool. It's worth getting them, believe me. Although nowadays, getting them with the canisters and the CD, it is very rare because the only ones that are now available are those that have been used, plus they're actually the cheapest. So if you're thinking of getting the Toa the cheapest way, you'll have to go for the ones that have been used, though. Do make sure they do have all their parts, though. I hope this video review has been useful to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.